Good afternoon also from my end. I will quickly walk you through the two specific objectives of the priority innovation. There's two of them, like I've just said. Innovation is, as you know, a very, very broad concept. We could say, to pin it down in two words, that specific objective 1 is dealing with the actors of innovation, and specific objective 2 is dealing more with the people, so of the skills needed for innovation. But let me be more specific on that. So specific objective 1.1, to improve sustainable linkages among actors of innovation system for strengthening regional innovation capacity. You can see the topics here are related to transnational, international, regional networks and clusters, technology transfer between key players of the innovation systems, improving access to research results for enterprises and maybe companies, larger companies or SMEs, developing new services to support innovation for businesses, stimulating investments, enhancing cooperation between all the actors of innovation. Like I said, in these specific objectives, what you need to know is that you will be dealing with the actors, with the entities that make up the innovation systems of your region. And this is very important for you to understand that. This list of topics is not an exhaustive list. Of course, you may be coming up with the different topics that is important for you, that is important for your region. Then the last line here, we say it must be contributed to smart specialization strategies. This is important also for you to know. We are not a research-oriented program. Whatever you do, as Luca was mentioning earlier today, you have to remember that you are dealing with a territorial cooperation program. So if you're thinking already now of getting universities together and do some research project, this is not the program for you. Because whatever idea you come up with, it will have to be within the scope of the smart specialization strategies of your region. It will have to be connected to your territory, and it will have to show us that you're contributing to policy development. This is as important for specific objective 1.1 as it is for specific objective 1.2. But before we get there, we'll also have a key terminology for you where we explain what we mean by innovation systems and actors and what we mean by linkages. And as my colleagues have pointed out before, we believe this is important so that we have the same understanding of the domain that we're working in. So 1.2, like I said, we're talking about people and we're talking about the skills, and we are talking about entrepreneurship development. So the topics are linked to supporting entrepreneurship development and so on, supporting the skills of employees and entrepreneurs. And when we talk about employees, we may also be talking about future employees or the unemployed. So some of the topics of the consequences of demographic change that are happening in our regions can be found, for example, in this specific objective. Like you can see here, social innovation and challenges deriving from demographic change, migration and brain drain. Again, you must be thinking that your project will have to be developed within the smart specialization strategies. And in this sense, for this specific objective, it's also important for you to know that we cannot simply fund trainings. We cannot simply fund projects that will be dealing with coming up with a new curriculum for entrepreneurial development if this is not connected to a specific territorial development process. Again, here we have like I said, these topics are some examples of what you can come up with, but we are open to your ideas. And again, here we have a key terminology. I know some of you was trying to write them down. Don't worry, you'll find this in the annexes of our application pack. And you'll also have these presentations available on our website. Here for key terminology, we picked these two. Social innovation is one because it is a very vast topic and a very interesting domain. And we have entrepreneurship. That's the other important aspect of this specific objective. For call 1, we have some of the topics are addressed here. You can see them. It's a mix of 1.1 and 1.2. What we would like to see, if we have to be honest with you, is more on social innovation because we didn't have that much, or entrepreneurship because in 1.2 these, like you've just seen, are very important topics. But there is room for everything. I mean, I think that we are open to good projects more than anything else. You see here we have some projects on technology transfer or innovation financing. We have a project on this crowdfund port, which is on crowdfunding, innovation ecosystems, innovation management, social innovation, entrepreneurship. Like I said, I think social innovation is a huge domain that has a lot of potentials, and we'd like to see more of that. As well as entrepreneurship, it's on top of the agenda of the European Union in general, and so we'd like to see more of that as well.